Hey everybody, how's it going today? Welcome back to the channel. Random Andrew here. It's been kind of a gloomy day. Yesterday was mostly a rainy day, and it's still kind of looking like it's going to rain a bit today. So, I'm having, I guess you would call them RC withdrawals. I didn't get to do any RCing yesterday, even though I could have plugged in the low C, set up the track a little bit, and got some time in on the mini indoor crawler track. I should do that tonight. Just, it kills the urge to want to go out and rip around with the RCs. So right now, I know it's not raining, and the weather, the radar doesn't show for any big cells moving in, bringing any rain in. So I'm charging up Clifford's batteries. I gotta go get some sugar, either from Walmart or the dollar store. Probably a better deal if I just go to Walmart. But I gotta get some sugar so I can still have coffee. I drink a lot of coffee a day. That's probably one of my biggest current vices, being that I've given up pop again. I quit smoking cigarettes over 2 years ago. I don't eat the fake foods, processed foods, not near as much as the average person, and perhaps this is why I can get away with fighting certain health issues that I deal with, trying to get that health back. I'm really trying. But coffee, don't take away my coffee, my sugar. I need my coffee, I need my sugar, at least the white sugar. With the processed foods, you get your sucraloses, your fructose, and all those fake sugars that are harder on the body. I think maybe it's just that my metabolism is fast enough to actually move that sugar through my body quick enough, and I'm able to deal with it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing just as much harm drinking coffee and sugar every day. I have no idea. Anyhow, so I gotta go get sugar. That's what that comes down to. And I'm gonna take Clifford for the drive. I'm gonna put on an FPV cam and try a little bit of FPV footage and see how that turns out. If it looks good, I'll put it in the vlog. If not, you're not really missing much that you haven't already seen on this channel. I've really been wanting to get out and do some more trail runs. The people who usually come out on the trail runs, though, we talk about it, but it just isn't happening. So I'm gonna have to build a trailer or something so I can get Clifford all the way to the trails myself, and get you guys a new trailing video. I want good trails, stuff with like gnarly roots that you gotta climb up and over, or areas where you can just break off the trail and do a hill climb. And yeah, it is a lot of fun, and I really want to get out doing that. I'm working on the hydrogen production project. I'll show you what's going on with it. So here we go. This is just a set of they're 20 amp hour e-bike batteries, 12 volts. These ones are wired parallel so that I can get more amp hours or amperage out of them. And then these ones I've got set up so they're hooked up series. So when I run that on this, you get a much faster, higher output. I'll show you it running right now, but I had a bit of an issue. See how this is up like this? It's broken right here. I had this tube. It's down in here, just barely down in there enough so that it can... It's not wanting to go back down in. And I added some lemon juice, just a bit of lemon juice to the water to increase the acidity, increase the hydrogen output. So I had it set up like that, and this goes down into the water. Well, it was going down into the water, so you could see when the hydrogen pressure builds up, it's supposed to push the gas through this, and then you would see it bubble up. Theoretically, you'd see it bubble up through into that bottle, but it doesn't. For some reason this hose is just way too small, and it doesn't want to force the gas to go through, so I can see the hydrogen is being produced. Which meant, as it's being produced, it's pressurizing in the top of here. So, maybe not my smartest idea ever. I had the lighter and I was just kind of going around the edges to see if there was maybe a leak, and it wasn't allowing it to get enough pressure to push through here. And it just went pop! Like real loud. Not like a bang, but a pop. And it blew this right off of here. No burning, no heat or nothing to the bang. It's hydrogen. But it was loud. My ears were ringing for about 2-3 minutes. I gotta rethink this whole production, where it goes from production into storage. I need some bigger tubing. And then I think maybe it might be a little better then. It's crazy though. I guess as long as I don't light a lighter. Ugh. So I did make it out of the house. As some of you longtime viewers may know, some days I have grave difficulty with getting out of the house. But hey, how else am I going to get quality RC time in? See, it helps me that way too. And I'm on First, where the bridge used to be. Actually, years ago, you'd be standing underneath a train overpass here. And it's long since gone. And it's starting to actually shape up. And this is where I ended up with Clifford. I'm going to try and do some one-hand RCing. I'm going to make sure I start this. It's nice and gnarly once you get up right about here. And yes, I do not have my diffs locked. So that happens every once in a while. Now if you watch guys RC that have been one-hand filming the whole time, and they actually do pretty decent with it, you gotta give them credit, because one-hand filming is not easy. So while I've been out here, you see the camera up top on Clifford. I've been getting some FPV footage, some of climbing in this stuff, some of climbing in the little rock ditch over there. So I'll throw together a nice little FPV trip to the store footage right about here. But yeah, that's going to be about it for outdoor stuff today. So I'm going to head back onto the house, watch me some more Beverly Hillbillies. By the way, Beverly Hillbillies color came into effect by the 4th season. It started being colored series. Either that or somebody went back, touched them up, and re-released them in colored by the 4th season. But then why wouldn't they do it for the first 2? And by the 5th season, they figured out what the doorbell is. They didn't even explain it, how they figured it out or nothing. But if you're a Hillbillies fan, you'll get it. You'll get it. I love those old shows. Original humor. And while we're on that Hillbillies subject, Beverly Hillbillies, Buddy Ebsen, the guy who played Jed, did you know he was the first guy to play the Tin Man in the original Wizard of Oz? But they had to opt out for somebody else because the silver makeup they had him wear caused him to become severely, severely sick. Well, that's what happens when you coat yourself in mercury-based silver paint. They apparently didn't know any better back then. And the next guy was more resilient to it, I suppose. I don't know. He went on to play good old Jed, and I think he did the role pretty darn good. And then Jim Varney reprised him in the Beverly Hillbillies movie that came out, I do believe it was the 90s. Back in the 90s. I'm not a huge TV buff, but I do like to know about the shows I'm watching, and I do find these little tidbits of trivia about the shows interesting. So I try and share them with you guys when I think about them. Yeah, a few more quick things to say before I close out the vlog. I want to start a weekly, if not when I remember, poll about RC stuff. Here is the first question. And it's not really a poll, but it's a kind of a question to ask you guys who really love your RC stuff the same way I do. And I just asked it in RC Junkies. Rail City RC Addicts. What is your favorite trailing, mudding, all around off-road RC vehicle? It doesn't matter if it's 4-wheel drive. It can be 2-wheel drive. It can be 4-wheel drive. It can be Traxxas. It can be Team Associated. It could be Axial. And I think the 4 main ones I threw up in the group were Traxxas Summit, because you know we loves our Summits. Traxxas TRX4, which is a bit smaller of a rig, but it's basically got all the fancy stuff the Summit has, minus the Summit itself. The Axial Bomber, or the the SC10 by Axial, and the Wraith. Those are all good ones too. I personally haven't owned any Axial equipment yet. Don't think I wouldn't hesitate to get my hands on some though. A nice 10 scale Axial crawler would be ideal to add to the RC family. The other thing is movie quotes. I haven't done movie quotes in a little while. I realize I've been falling behind on that, so I'm going to try and get back on the ball with those. And the last one, I do believe it was Half that got the movie quote. I don't remember which it was. I'd have to go back and look. It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate all your support. We're we're just over a year of daily random vlogs now, and this just going to continue. Just continue. There's guys out there, Adam the Woo, who've been doing it for 5 years, and on the go, on the road. I would need to completely change the way I do my vlogging to be able to do that on the road. I would need a laptop sufficient of data storage to hold all the media, the footage that I take throughout the day. I'd have to have the processing power to run the rendering program I use, the editing program right now being Sony Vegas Pro, and it would have to have really good Wi-Fi or access to Wi-Fi along wherever I am, or it itself would have to have some kind of unlimited data, because I watch a lot of YouTube as well. These are all things that I would like to acquire over time so we can take this daily random vlog on the road. Those of you who are still watching, who are longtime dedicated fans, if you want to see that happen, think about looking into that Patreon page. I just went and checked Patreon again. It's still a big fat 0. Not surprised. Not at all surprised, and not depending on it. But holy crud, they've completely changed Patreon. Way over. It looks like a different page, so I'm going to have to go through and redo everything. But there will be certain rewards for people who donate, like shout outs on the page, being able to get your channel name or your name on the wall, special messages. If you got a certain sweetie you love and you want to send her a message through the channel, you want to send them the video link, whatever. We work stuff out. That's what it is. So when people pledge, they get rewards. And right now, as it stands, I don't think any of that stuff's set since they reset the format of the page. Oh well, a little bit of extra work one of these days. I'll sit down, I'll get it done. But my back's sore. I'm going to finish editing and I'm going to call it a night. To quote Justin Scared, who quotes Sean Connery, my work is done. I'll be able to go home and sleep well. But I'm already home. And I usually don't sleep well. But anyhow, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. You guys are awesome. Your support is so appreciated. 1 year of vlogging, eh? I'm up for a few more. Good night. Vlog over.